Welcome back to my channel, family. I did a voiceover. Now today I have here oxtail. I'm going to clean it. At this point I take one lime and I squeeze the juice of one lime into the bowl so I can make a nice mixture where the meat is going to sit and clean. So I'm going to squeeze my lime thoroughly, as you can see in the video, and after I do that I'm going to add some vinegar. So it's going to sit in a lime and vinegar mixture for 30 minutes. Some folks can do 15 to 20 minutes, but I usually let it sit for 30 minutes. At this point, now you see I'm adding my vinegar. Then afterwards, I'm going to cover it up and just let it sit. After 30 minutes, look how clean the meat looked. It wasn't looking like that before. That's why it's very important to clean your meat. So now this meat is ready to be seasoned. I'm going to use parsley, salt, my garlic, pimento, ginger seasoning, my salt-free seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, allspice, ground allspice. This is the whole pimento seed berries, but I have the allspice that I'm going to be using plus the pimento seed as well. Oxtail seasoning. If you have the fresh thyme, use it. I have my dry thyme there. I'm going to be using a little bit of the dry thyme because I have a little bit of fresh thyme and I wanted some more thyme incorporated into my recipe. I have my ginger powder. Over here I have my red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, green bell pepper, my tomato, my scallions. I have one yellow onion that I cut in half. I have my grated ginger here in this bowl. In the next bowl I have my grated garlic, and we're going to add all of these ingredients to the oxtail. We are starting with the dry seasoning first. So into my bowl of oxtail I'm adding my onion powder. Next I'll be adding my garlic powder. Put as much as you like in the oxtail. I'm adding my salt-free seasoning. You can add as much as you want because it doesn't have any salt or sugar in it. So use your discretion. I'm adding some black pepper, just a splash. You don't want to add too much. I'm adding my ginger, garlic, pimento seasoning, just a pinch. I'm also adding my dry parsley. If you have the fresh one, you can use it. I'm adding some thyme leaves. If you have the fresh one, use it as well. Now I'm adding my oxtail seasoning. A pinch of allspice. I'm adding some pimento berries as well. And some browning. Be careful when adding your browning because you don't want to put too little or too much. You want to add just the right amount so it comes out good, because if you put too much it can come out tasting very bitter and you don't want that. Let's give this a good mix. Make sure to get all of the dry seasoning into every morsel of meat. Mix it up real good, take your time. After we have mixed all of our dry ingredients together, this is what it looks like. Now we're going to add some crushed red pepper to it. I wasn't going to add it, but I changed my mind, so I want it in there now. This is what your oxtail should look like after you have seasoned with all of your dry ingredients plus your browning. Now I'm going to add my unsalted butter to a clean pot. I'm cutting 1 tablespoon into 4 pieces and we're going to let it melt over medium heat. I'm going to add my grated ginger to the pot. After I add my ginger, then I'm going to add my garlic to the pot. And we're going to let this toast in the butter until it's nice and golden. Give the ginger and garlic a good stir into the butter and infuse all of these lovely flavors together. After 2 minutes, we're going to get a lovely golden look, and this is what we're looking for. So now it's time to add the meat, and I'm going to add a little bit at a time. Adding a little bit at a time is optional. You can put everything in the pot right now, but what I like to do is just coat a couple of pieces into the nice mixture that I made here and get all of that goodness infused into the meat. I add all the meat now to the pot, and I'm going to give it a good stir in the ginger, the garlic and butter mixture, and let all of those flavors infuse together. So at this point, what I'm doing now is just giving the meat a good stir. If you like this video, please don't hesitate. Please like, subscribe and share, guys. Okay, don't forget to leave comments below. Hit the post notification bell so that when I upload a video, you know when I'm uploading new content. Okay, guys? So at this point, my meat is all coated in the lovely ginger garlic butter mixture. The bowl that my oxtail was sitting in have a lot of seasoning in it left, and I don't want to discard of it. So what I'm going to do is add some hot water from my kettle and mix all of the seasoning that's in the bowl and just take it and add it to my pot. So I'm taking my seasoning from the bowl and just putting it inside of the pot, pouring it over the meat. That's good seasoning, guys. Don't waste that. See, look, the bowl nice and clean now. So after removing all the seasoning from the bowl, I'm going to take all of the vegetables that I chopped up and I'm going to add it to my pot. My onion, my bell peppers, my scallion, and my tomato. I'm going to give this a good stir to incorporate all the veg into it. Usually what a lot of people do is add half and half, but I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is my oxtail tasting really nice and good and having a good savory gravy. So at this point, I'm going to add the hot water from my kettle, and this is going to reduce the cook time, because if you add cold water to it, you're going to be cooking it longer. But now you're adding the hot water to it, so it's going to reduce the cook time by a lot. Cover this up and make it cook for 1 hour. After 1 hour, this is what it looks like after 1 hour. The water reduced. We have a lovely gravy, but we want to season that gravy up. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of ketchup. I'm going to add my fresh thyme. I'm going to add my Scotch bonnet pepper. I didn't pop it, but you can put a small little slit with a knife. I'm going to use 2 cans of butter beans for my recipe. I have 2 of them in the can. I'm going to place it in my strainer and give it a good rinse. Rinse out all of that sodium that the butter bean has been sitting in the can. All of the preservatives and everything. We don't want that in our dish, you know. So we're taking it and putting it in the strainer and rinsing it out. Give it a good thorough rinse. Make sure all of that stuff come out of it. And nobody is going to know that our butter beans came from a can, because we're rinsing it out good. You see? Nobody never know, you know. After I add my butter beans to the pot, I'm taking some more water from the kettle and I'm going to just fill up the pot with the water, and then we're going to let it boil, and when it reduces, it's going to be lovely, guys. We're going to let it reduce, cook for about 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, this is what we end up with. Nice, soft, savory meat. Look how decadent it looks on that plate. Enjoy, guys.